Welcome back, students. This is the continuation of chapter number 8, more on CSS. Okay, so today we are in the part 2 of this chapter, and your today's content are about the text properties that can be applied to the web page. The second is the font properties, and third is the border properties. So we are going to discuss about the tags and the properties or the values that can be used along with the tags in today's content. Okay, now first we'll start with the text properties. So basically the text properties are used to give the formatting features or the formatting option to the text in the web page. Okay, so the first text property is text align. So basically the text align property is used to align, okay, or used to shift the text to different places. Suppose say left, right, center, and justify. Okay, so this is the syntax for text align, that is text hyphen align, okay, colon followed by the value. Okay, so you can use different values according to your need. The second text properties is the text decoration. So this property is used to specify the decorations that can be applied to the text in the web page. Okay, the syntax to apply the text decoration is text hyphen decoration followed by the value. So you can use any of the value. That is underline, means if you want to underline the text, if you want to give the line above the text, then you can use the value as overline. If you want to draw the line in between the text, then you can use as line through, and you can also use the blink value for the text decoration. Okay, now the third one is text transform. Now what you can do with this property is you can change the case of the sentence or the text in the web page. Means what you can do is you can capitalize each word or each letter of the word. You can change the whole word or a paragraph into uppercase, that is capital letter, and you can change the whole block of text in the lowercase. Okay, so first we will go through this activity. So let us begin. So students, this is the web page. Okay, so if you see here the first four sentence, all the sentence are same. What I have done is I have just changed the formatting option, that is the different text properties that can be applied to this block of text. Okay, so let me go to my source file here. So you can see here hard work beat talents when talents doesn't work hard. Okay, so in everywhere else, if you see here, I have used the same sentence here, and you know that H2, it is the heading 2. Okay, heading 2 level. Now the style that I've applied to this text is, first is text decoration. So the text decoration is underlined, the color of the text is red, and text transform, it is capitalized. Capitalized means if you see this sentence, you can see that the very first letter of all the sentence are in small letter. Now what will happen is if you visit the web page, you will see that the very first letter of this word will be a capital letter. Okay, so the whole the text will be underlined and the color will be red. You can see here the color of the block of text is red, it is underlined, and if you see the very first letter of each and every word are in capital letter. Okay, now if you go to the second block of text here, okay, you can see that the text decoration is overline. Okay, overline means above the line, the color of the text is green, the text transform is uppercase. Uppercase means you can see this block of text, it will appear in a capital letter, means all the word will appear in a capital letter. And I have applied one more text property, that is text shadow, means I have applied the shadow to the text and the color of the shadow is red. Okay, you can see here the second text. Okay, if you see properly here, all the letter in the block of text are in capital letter, and you can see the shadow and the color of the shadow is red. Okay, now if you see the third one, the third line, what I have applied in the third line is my text decoration is line through. Okay, line through means the line will appear from the middle of the text. Color I have given is fuchsia, and the text transform is lowercase. Lowercase means all the letter will appear in a small letter. Okay, see here, all the letters has appeared in the small letter. It is blue in color, and I have given the strike through as well. Okay, now let us go to the fourth one here. So I have applied the blink color magenta. Okay, now after that what I have done is I have used the HR, that is horizontal line. So in the last class I have showed you how to apply the line in the web page. So the background color of my line is maroon. So you can see that the color of the line is maroon and the thickness or the height is. Now let us see the font properties. Okay, basically the font properties, it helps you to change the setting, or it facilitates the setting and the appearance of the individual characters in the line of the text. Means using the font properties, what you can do is you can change the handwriting style of the text, you can increase or decrease the size of the text, and you can give or you can apply different font style. Okay, so the first properties of the font is font family. Now if you want to change the handwriting style, or what we call the face, or if you want to apply the font to the text in the web page, then we have to use the font family property. Okay, followed by the value. Now the value can be anything else. The value can be monotype, cursiva, means different handwriting style that you need to mention it. Okay, it may be Comic Sans MS, it may be Calibri. Okay, now the second is font size. You can also change the size of the text. Okay, so the syntax is font hyphen size followed by value. Now value can be XXL. This is the largest font size that you can give to the text. There is a smaller, there is a XL, there is a X smaller, there is a large. Okay, beside this one you can use the font in pixel also, or you can use the font in percentage as well. Okay, now the third properties is font style. So what you can also do is you can provide the style to the block of text. You can make it normal, you can make it bold, or you can make it italic as well. Okay, now let us go through this activity. Now if you see this block of text in the web page, you can see that all these block of text are in different handwriting. Okay, they are in different handwriting. The size of this block of text are different. Now let us go to the source code here. Okay, now I have repeated the same block of text here again and again. Okay, everywhere else. Now the properties or the font properties that I have used is, first is font family. So my font family I have used is monotype cursiva, and what is the size of the font? I have used XX large. Okay, so if you go here, the style of the font is monotype cursiva, and this is the size of the text or a block of text is XX large. Okay, so similarly you can see that the next font family that I apply to the another block of text is the Verdana. Okay, size is XL. Similarly, for the third one, the font family I have used in the Impact. The font size is large. Okay, along with this large, I have also made it as a italic here. Okay, so you can see here, so this is the Impact. I have make it italic as well, and the size is large. Now let us go to the next text here. In the next text, the font family that I have used is a Cooper. Okay, and the text style is oblique, and I now this time you can see that the font size I have applied it in pixel. I have given it as a 30 pixel. So similarly you can see that the it is the handwriting style is Cooper. Okay, and you can see that the size of the text is of 30 pixel. So similarly for the fourth the last block of text, my handwriting style or the font family is Comic Sans MS. Okay, now let us see how the borders or the borders properties can be applied to the block of text. So the border properties, it helps us to set the border style, okay, the width of the border, and the color of the border. Means in a block of text, you can apply the border style, you can increase or decrease the width or the thickness of the border, and you can also give the border color. Okay, so the first border properties is border width. So this is generally used to specify the width, that is the thickness of the border on four sides. So the value for the border is thin, it can be thick, it can be medium, or you may also use a numeric value for the border width property. Okay, now the next property is a border style. Now once you create a border, you can apply different styles to the border. Okay, so what are the values for the border style property? You can also hide the border, you can make the border as dotted, it can be dashed, it can be solid, it can be double, okay, inside, outside, and many more values are there. So finally it is the border color. So once you apply the border, you can also give a border color. So you can use any value for the border color, okay, out of RGB color. Now let me show you this activity as well. Now if you see this web page again, this is the last part. Okay, so you can see that the border that has been applied to a block of text. Now if you see overall there are 4 block of text, and I have applied 4 different border style here. Okay, beside that I have also used 4 different colors to this border as well. Okay, now let me go to the code for applying the border. So if you see here, the font family that I have already showed you ever, that I have used here is the impact. Okay, the font size I have given is 25 pixel. Now let us come to the border style property. The border style that I have used here is a dotted, and the border color I have given is red. Okay, and the border thickness, that is the width of the border, is thick. So if you see here, you can see that the font family is impact. Okay, you can see that the border is dotted and the color of the border is red. Okay, so similarly for the next text, the font family is same impact, the size of the font is also same, but the border style that I have used is solid and the color of the border is green. Okay, and the border width is medium. So similarly, if you go to the next block of text, here the border style that I have used is double. Okay, and I have changed the color of the border here as well, and the border width, the value I have given is thick. And finally, if you go to the last block of text here, the border style that I have applied is dash, and I have changed the border color as well. Okay, so you just see here, so this is the solid border with the green color. Okay, the border style that I have applied here is double means you will see a 2 line here. Okay, and the color is the magenta. So the last one you can see is a dash. Okay, so these are some of the different properties of the these are some of the different values of the properties tags that I have applied it here. Okay, and finally if you see here, I have applied everything in a single text here. Okay, the border style I have applied is double. I have also given say a font family. I have also used text properties like say line through. Okay, and I have changed the color of the text as well. Okay, so see, if you see in this web page, so I have applied all the formatting options of the properties for the text properties, for the font properties, and for the border properties as well. Okay, so I will provide you the source code for this as well. So kindly do practice it at home. Okay, you don't need anything else, you don't need any kind of software, you just need a notepad. Okay, open the notepad, type the code, save it with the file name followed by .html. Okay, and just open the browser and see it. Okay, now finally I just want to show you one important thing. So see, this is my web page. Okay, so let me open my web page here. So you can see that the web page has been displayed. Now you know that it will only display the text that you make change in the text editor. You cannot make any changes here. Now how to get the text editor? Okay, that is the notepad file. So what you need to do is simply go to the web page. Okay, right click the mouse button. Okay, from the drop down menu, go to open with and click on notepad. So once you click on notepad, what will happen is your source file will appear. Then you can change according to your need in the source file. Okay, so do practice it at home. Thank you, students.